talked about impact measurement again, but we also, I remember the example of the Western Australian government in Australia today has announced a gender positive procurement policy as a government.
Wow, thank you. And so just let me summarize. So some of that was around narrative, so the storytelling, and it sounds like the storytelling in numbers as well with measurement techniques. Yeah, okay, terrific. What about those in the sequencing world? What did you feel like was a now, next, in the later? The other Lisa.
Okay. I think we thought in the now there was probably some things to be learnt from the carbon neutral kind of process. Danielle was sharing that she had done a quiz that helped her be aware of what her current carbon usage was, and that, that starts the process of thinking about it. So much of the journey is taking what's unconscious into the conscious, then making changes, and then bringing it back into unconscious, because it's something that we do as part of our daily lives. So we thought that was in the now. I think in the later, we talked, I think that again, from the carbon kind of thing, I have found really exciting is these new innovations, like in seaweed farming and things like that, that have come out of that being an offset industry. So I'm excited. I think there's an excitement around what industries could be generated that we don't even necessarily sort of see yet. And then I think that probably in the next was, or kind of one of the bridges that we saw was probably in childcare, spouse care, elderly care. How would that actually start to look? Probably the care economy is where maybe there's A, big problem, and B, it's clearer or more quantifiable around what time is spent in the caring economy, what the people working. So there's sort of like a place to really dig in to see how credits and offsets could work in a case study.
Yeah, so. I love that. Yeah, and some of you, I know there's no New Zealanders on the call, but Marilyn Waring's work, Counting for Nothing, which is old now, but she was really the very first person who was starting to talk about this stuff, 25 years ago, around the care economy. Like Counting for Nothing was all the labour that was invisible, but the economy doesn't exist unless that work happens. Mums looking after babies, grandparents looking after children, the elderly, the sick, infirmed. So, yeah, really important. And that could be, I love your word bridge. I think next, in my mind, next is the bridge piece. So I do think that may also be a hint to us about the relationship between even credits and offsets too. Now we're coming to our time boundary, and I know some of you have to go. So I just want to thank you all for doing the thinking with us. And if any of you want to keep thinking with us, we will have other opportunities for that. And just sing out, let me know, so that we can tap into your wisdom and your experience. That would be really wonderful. But for tonight, thank you all once again, and have a great evening for those of you going into your afternoon. And those of you who are going to bed, good night. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.